And welcome everybody to another season of Coach's Corner with East Palestine head football coach Tony Foster. We're in video this time, Tone, so you can't make those faces anymore.
All right. So they're the only faces I have, so I apologize.
Good start. Good start. You made one right off the jump with your thumb. Coach, obviously, a lot of talk around Bulldog country. Not the season you wished for last year, but kind of changed when COVID came around. People were just hoping for a season regardless of the outcome. Talk about the obstacles, the adversity that it's been like being in your seat and being a head football coach.
Um, very similar to everything else. Just the uncertainty is really hard to deal with, and when we're trying to plan on a season and what we want to get accomplished, and trying to figure out the timelines of when you need to get to this benchmark, and then when you need to get to this one, and it's kind of hard to plan those and figure out when you want to get there. And then as you're going through that, you develop a plan. You start to have OHSAA throws out another announcement, or the governor makes an announcement, and the kids see that stuff. They hear it, then people talk about it. And there were times when kids would come in and they were off because of, again, that added uncertainty, and what does this message mean, and what's going to happen. So there were several times where we just had to kind of reiterate that we can only control what's within our control. So whatever announcement that the governor is going to make, that's out of our control. Whatever decisions are going to be made, we can't control those. So what we can control is our preparation for the 29th of August, and right now that is still on the table, and that's what we're preparing for. So
how crazy is it that you're preparing for Friday Night Lights, and then all of a sudden you have to shift it to Saturday night? And you're one of the main featured on YSN, but it's a Saturday night where there's going to be a lot of eyes on you. Is that exciting for you? Is there some anxiety with that?
No, it's exciting, and we get to play at Campbell Memorial Stadium, and
your favorite stadium outside of Bulldog country.
Yeah, in the area, that's one of my favorite stadiums. The history of it and the way they've maintained it over the years, that's an awesome place. So no, it's exciting, but also our situation and having that break in the middle of our camp, having the extra day, we need it. We're going to use it.
Talk about that break in the middle. You don't have to go into great detail, but obviously that's a challenge when it breaks your momentum. But with small numbers, it might have given you a couple days to rest the boys up a little bit.
Yeah, with small numbers, and our depth is being something that we're concerned about. Quite honestly, having all of those extra 8 days to kind of go at each other, and we avoided potential injuries that could have happened during that time period. Right. However, we've missed out on some of the preparation. So again, like anything, you got to take the good with the bad, and my optimistic eyes of looking at things half full, hey, we came out of it healthy. All right. So.
Obviously, with 2020, with a new year comes new responsibilities for some new players. Can you talk about some of the players you expect to have impact seasons here in 2020?
The seniors that we've got, they've been around. They've seen the good. They've seen the bad. They know what to expect. A lot is being thrown at them as far as their leadership and the role that they're playing on the team. So Parker Bones, we've switched him back and forth several times. Last year he had a lineman number and a skill number, and he had them both on the sidelines depending on what we needed. This year we're going to have him playing tight end and running back. So He's lucky. He only has one number this year. But he's gonna play a big role. And our linemen with Nick Lloyd and Nick Fierro and Damian Jackson and Kenneth Hawley, Sam Yonker. Those guys are our linemen, our senior linemen that are going to be expected to have leadership roles.
So this is the third year you'll have a different quarterback because of graduation. Naturally, that's what happens in high school. That's what happens in college. What are some of the challenges and what's some of the excitement that you see around your new signal caller?
Well, last year was Tyler got a lot of reps last year, so he did get a fair amount of experience as a quarterback last year. So we know what we're getting, what to expect, and we just have to do some different things to be able to utilize his athleticism and play into his strengths.
Now, naturally, Tyler Bastarkey's a great athlete on and off the field. He's going, obviously on the field, but he's going to be one that people circle as kind of shutting him down, and they might be able to shut down your offense. But it's going to be interesting. You're adding a couple wrinkles this year. We won't get into too much because we don't want to expose anything. But really, it's a new era in Bulldog football. Do you feel that this one suits the team? And how difficult is it for you to have to look around and say, okay, how do we suit a system to a team as opposed to vice versa?
At the high school level, and especially with smaller schools, I think that's something that you have to be able to adapt to.
Yeah.
Because I can't go out and recruit the kids I want to fit my style of offense or my style of defense. I mean, the kids that we have coming up, I guess you kind of have to look ahead and see what's going to be best suited for your team at the present and easily adaptable for what's coming up in the future. So I think we are we're going the route that we need to be this year.
Valley Christian, a team that you'll play on Saturday, as you said, at Campbell Memorial. When you look at this team, very athletic, always very athletic. Is this something where you were preparing for Girard, and then when they shifted the schedules around to play an all-conference schedule, you saw a lot of similarities in the athleticism of these two teams?
Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, their numbers are going to be different because Girard's going to have a lot more kids, and
right.
Valley Christian's got, I think, around 30 on their roster.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, much better suit for us, as far as the size of school and the matchup. So, I really didn't mind that, we went from playing a team that was going to have maybe 3 times our numbers on the sidelines, and now we're playing a team that's going to that's in our conference and, has a little bit more than us, but similar numbers.
So when you look at the outlook for this season, there's a lot of excitement around Bulldog football, internally, externally, around town. Do you feel good about the turnaround? Do you feel confident? Do you feel just like, okay, we feel like we've weathered the storm a little bit. There's work to do, obviously, but the guys seem to be buying in. Not that they didn't last year, but it seems like these seniors and juniors are saying it's my time, it's our time, and it sounds like they're ready to turn things around. You feel that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the kids want to win, and I think that there's been some excitement in how they're approaching some of the changes. So yeah, definitely, and part of our job as coaches is we have to be able to be good salesmen. We've got to be able to tell the kids that this is the best route for us to go to be successful. And, if you can get them to buy into it, it might be the dumbest route ever, but if you can get them to buy into it, it's a good route. So not saying that the route we're going is the dumbest route ever,
no.
But you get what I'm saying.
I do. Yep.
You may disagree with it, but as long as the kids are on board, it's any play you draw up is designed to be successful if executed properly. Any defense you draw up is designed to stop the opponent's offense if executed properly. So ultimately, it comes down to the kids and them being able to execute properly.
So for people that are waiting to see or hear a mantra for 2020 East Palestine football, what would that mantra be? And what's the kind of rah-rah around the locker room that you guys are believing in?
Mentality. Single word is mentality. What needed to change from last year to this year is a big change in mentality, and the way we think about ourselves and our program and our daily approach to what we need to get done. It's a mentality of how you go about your business and what you get accomplished. So that's our big battle cry, is our mentality.
This is usually where we step off the field and we go into the personal life and story time with Uncle Pony, as my girls call you. We'll save that for episode 2. Right. But I do owe an apology to your lovely wife, Amy, because each and every week for the last 2 years, we've sat in your house, or sometimes I get to be in your house. Normally it's outside. You don't let me come in.
Right.
That's okay. We'll figure out what that is next week. But I want to apologize to Amy. Things were crazy this week a little bit here at YSN. We were unable to get our schedules to work together outside of your lunch hour, which I'm stealing from you, so thank you.
It's okay.
But I want to get number one, the biggest, craziest part of this whole Corona experience for you, from your family perspective. Like, what has it been like for you to be home a little more, for Amy to have you home a little more? Obviously, you two are lovebirds. You love being around each other more than anybody I know. You invite us over to go swimming. It's been fantastic. But what has been the craziest part of this Corona experience for you?
Really, to me, it's I've been able to get a lot of stuff done on off of my honey-do list.
Anything in particular? Maybe something you built that you want to tell people about?
Well, you're leading down the path of my donkey shed.
The donkey shed.
All right. Yeah. I've got 3 donkeys, and we were able to spend some time fixing up the pasture, and I built some fantastic craftsmanship a donkey run through out of.
How did you not laugh right there? By the way, how did you not get it? I mean, it looks nice, but you almost broke.
It's a legitimate shelter for them. Some storms ran through yesterday. Not a problem with it. I bet
donkeys are dry.
It's completely dry on the inside.
Oh my gosh, it was my favorite story of the entire. Check out my donkey shed. Like, things that you only hear in East Palestine, and maybe a couple other Columbiana County schools. But congratulations on your donkey shed. I know Amy is superiorly proud of you with that, and so are the girls.
Thank you. And I mean, ultimately, it's another way that I can protect my asses. So we are. That's the goal, And I can say that because they're donkeys, and
That's true. And we're on the internet, so don't worry about it. There's no FCC coming at me. And my girls appreciate the donkey rides you took them on. And every time we go over to your place, they naturally they don't care about the pool anymore. They just want to ride the donkeys and jump on the trampoline. So thanks for that, because now apparently we have to get donkeys just down the road from you. So
they're wonderful pets.
Appreciate you, man. You're going to have to build another donkey house. Lastly, Coach, we always end with something personal. For you, when you were growing up, everybody's got dreams and ambitions. And COVID's kind of changed them one way or the other for a lot of people. What did you dream of being in for a profession, or what did you want to do when you grew up?
It was one of those things that I love football, and I enjoy the relationships that you can build with kids, and so. Initially going into college, I had a different path that I was choosing, but it was kind of odd because several years later, after going through college and moving after the umpteenth time, the the after college, apartment here, there, moving around. I came across a box of high school tests, and I don't know exactly what the test was called, but it was testing what field best suits you. And I don't ever remember taking this, but I remember pulling it out of the box probably 10 years after I'd taken it. And it said that my best suited career was teacher and coaching. So, at the time, I probably didn't put a whole lot of validity into the test results. However, afterwards, I thought, wow, should have paid attention to that. I could have saved myself some headache and really gone that route to begin with in college, instead of spinning my wheels for a couple years and then hitting the path that I'm on.
Well, I'm glad that you actually did take the advice. They had something like that in East Palestine through high school. We had to take a test like that, and
right.
Mine was a sanitation engineer. So I'm glad that I didn't go that route. So that wouldn't be good for me. I mean, no disrespect, but man, I'd have been in trouble.
You might excel at that.
I could excel at that. Maybe there's a future in me, or a future out there for me in that. So, Coach, I appreciate your time so much. Good luck against Valley Christian. And as you always want to end, go ahead.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, and go Bulldogs.